card. All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. Blitz World Series action, Pro Division coming at you here. We got Burg in yellow. Captain Burg fighting out of the US of A on the right side. We got Luke fighting out of the US of A on the left side. Luke, the Jedi Warrior. The Jedi Warrior. Luke's been playing this map very, very well, but you guys have seen Burg, man. Burg's a crowd favorite. The YouTubers love Burg, man. You YouTubers in there, you guys always cheering for Burg. Give a little like, comment, subscribe for Burg. You like that? I'm like trying to act like it's for me, but I'm trying to act like it's for Burg. Appreciate you guys watching and supporting. You know, if you support the content, you like, comment, share, all that stuff. Free for you helps me get Red Alert 2 in front of more people. Helps fuel the RA2 rocket to get to the moon. That's what it's all about. All right, so Burg with a nice mid opening here. I like this opening on this map. We've seen this from Burg before, where he's going to really try to prioritize the center. He gets those sentry guns right in these little gaps so that he can try to control the pyramid. Really tries to get that first mastermind, especially Soviet versus Soviet. It's so crucial. Allied, when Allied's out, the Eagles can kind of cancel it out pretty easily. So Luke getting aggressive here, trying to look for an opening early on. Going to try to harass the corner tech a little bit. Both players with similar builds, rhinos and fodder, what you expect to see here in Soviet versus Soviet. Yeah, Zed, actually I was actually going to get a Zed logo, but then you said you didn't want to play, so now it's like, I can't do the flip-flopping. The only people who are hungry to play, the pros who are hungry to play, those ones are the ones who get logos. If I got to twist your arm to play, I don't think you should get a logo for that. Kane, what do you think? Kane, I think, should get a logo. Kane's the 1D3 player who should have a logo, I think. We'll give Kane Zed's logo. It'll be an Algerian warrior, and then it'll just be Kane's name. And the Kane will just be like spray painted over the top of Zed. All right, Desolator's out now. Both players trying to control that pyramid. Keep an eye on the timer in the bottom right. That crate will be coming very soon. We are going to see Luke push down on the bottom side. These players really getting each other's heads right before the crate timer. They start trying to dance around the outside, trying to throw their opponent off. That mastermind is so crucial here. So Desolator's out now. So it will be a battle of Desolators and drones for the first crate. Here it comes. Burg's going to get zapped. Burg's going to get zapped here. Oh, Burg jumps off just in time. They both get zapped, but Burg jumps in and grabs the mastermind. Very, very well played. That was quite the Desolator duel up there. All right, Kane, draw your own logo. That's fair. Kane gets his own logo if he draws it. If you draw your own logo, everyone can get one. All right, Mastermind. Ooh, not great Mastermind control from Burg there, but does get some damage with it. So now Burg going to pull back to a defensive position. Desolator's in. Luke going to go top side here. We'll get that power plant for free. But Burg, it looks like, so keep an eye on the Tesla coil. Burg did not go low power there. You see Burg not really committing to his corner techs at all, just kind of building down the center. And when you do that, I think you just got to accept the power plant might be lost. So Burg, good decision there, having a surplus of power so that his production did not drop off there. Burg on 4 war factories, Luke on 2 here, 3 war factories. Ooh, and Burg, nice split top side, going to grab an oil and push from the bottom side. Very, very nice play from Burg here. And Luke's going to try to shoot through this gap on the top side. Burg pulls back his split, doesn't get the oil in time. That's actually a pretty good move from Burg, pulling back that split on the top side. He didn't get that oil, but it did slow down Luke's split. And so both players saved their top oils there. All right. Pushing into the bunker here, pushing into the sentry gun. A lot of Desolators from Luke now on the bottom side. Luke could blow these Desolators and pull his tanks out, just using the Desolators as fodder here. Luke now desolating quite a few of his own tanks. Okay. All right, yeah, pretty even here. Burg should be able to hold this. Yeah, another sentry gun out. Luke's going to have to pull back. Wow, and quite the back and forth so far here. Neither player has gotten too much offensive value, I guess. I'm trying to think. Luke got that 1 war factory, but both players still haven't really had to slow down much of their macro. Burg's economy, though, is struggling a bit more. Just a little bit behind, I suppose, or building, possibly just building more defenses, maybe. And here comes the next crate. Both players, the Desolators, the Tesla coils. Oh, and Luke builds a battle app, puts himself low power, puts that Tesla coil down. Here it comes. Oh, and Burg gets in again and grabs it. So Burg mind controlled 2 of the Desolators, so he needs to sacrifice those Desolators. Now we'll see if Burg can get a bit more value out of the Desolator this time. I think that Desolator was on quite a bit of radiation. Let's see how its health was. Oh, it's pretty good. The Masterminds can really handle radiation. Ooh, nice forward Desolator out of that barracks, but he mind controls the second one before it can deploy, but Burg still gets on quite a bit of radiation there. And sends his own Desolator against him here. Oh, and Burg now with nice control of that Mastermind. Oh, it is going to get overloaded here, so now, yep, it does pop. Yep, and Burg now getting out-tanked here. Even without defensive structures there, just got a bit out-tanked. Wasn't able to get enough value out of that Mastermind. And Burg calls GG. All right, so first point going to Luke here. So now switching over to Allied versus Allied. Both these players pretty diverse portfolios with both Soviet and Allied. Luke is, well, and that's what I think is so interesting here because, you know, just to see the difference between players, you know, like, I mean, you think Luke, you're like, Luke is just in beast mode. And then Luke got dismantled by Quas. You know, like Quas dismantled Luke. So, and then you see Quas, so Luke playing so good. You see Luke get dismantled by Quas, and then you're like, oh my god, Quas must be a beast. And then Quas gets dismantled by Marco. And you're like, it's just like the levels, even in the pro division, the levels of skill, it's just amazing the range that we see. That's good, keeps us on our toes. All right, so Allied versus Allied now. Burg did a good job playing the center there. I think he got, how many Masterminds did we see in that game? Only 2, and I think Luke got both of them. So really good map control, really good map awareness, played the crate beautifully. That lightning bolt on the crate is pretty fun. I really like that idea. On the other maps with crates though, like Oasis, no one ever really bugs it anyway. And on the monkey on Kong, it's not really an issue either. But it does allow us to start, you know, using crates. It's good so that people don't bug the crate. It's so anticlimactic when people camp the crate and then the crate can't spawn. So super early Eagle from Luke. Ooh, and Luke loses it. Beautiful Patriot missile from Burg. Nice counter. Yeah, it definitely makes a huge difference. Map to map, players play completely differently. It makes a huge difference. Well, different maps prioritize and favor different skill sets for sure. And also factions. You know, if you're an Allied versus, especially at a lower level, players are very leaning in one faction. So a map that favors their faction or doesn't is going to make a big difference month to month. I'm still, man, next month, I just feel like this Mummy map came out so well. We've had so many good games on it. Last month, you know, the Brute map, we didn't get that many bangers, to be perfectly honest. So it's just hard, man. It's hard to, I've really been brainstorming next month's map. We'll come up with something, though. Don't worry. Don't worry. I know you guys are worried. Don't be worried. All right. Pillboxes and Patriot missiles. Look at Burg's base right now. 5 Patriot missiles. And we see this is the way Marco plays versus Allied. He goes heavy, stationary, defensive, the defensive anti-air structures versus IFVs, the GGI IFVs, flak tracks, which a lot of the pros prefer, which is more of a traditional, I think, strategy. But in Blitz, I think a big part too is like in traditional you have to have the mobile anti-air because they have to go with your army across the map. In Blitz, these Patriot missiles cover half the map, so your army can kind of bounce in and out. They don't need a ton of anti-air support with them. Luke this time with map control does grab that Mastermind, and Burg playing a very, very defensive passive Allied here. A lot of Patriot missiles, not a ton of pillboxes though. The Mastermind, oh, beautiful unit control from Luke here. Oh, and the Mastermind is overloaded. It's going to pop, but Luke just has so many Grizzlies here. Yeah, Luke just way up on Grizzlies. Not sure how Luke got so far ahead on those Grizzlies, actually. GI is coming over for Burg now to try to defend, but the MCV is going to be going down here. MCV going down. Oh, the GI is just a little bit late. Man, those Grizzlies were going to start to melt. The GI is just a bit out of position. So now Burg without an MCV. Yeah, Quas, I agree. Yeah, this map plays pretty good for both factions. The oil building animation, we added the oil building animation because the game, we were getting some weird bugs periodically with the oil. And when you start digging through, it's kind of anarchy trying to dig through. Oh my God, Burg bringing a counter punch here, but the sniper out, sniper IFV out to thin out those GIs. Without the GIs, Burg's gonna have a difficult time making a push here. Does send the tanks in, has to try to go for something, but it's not gonna work. Luke able to hold the position here and close this one out. Yeah, so the oils get a little bit buggy sometimes, and when you dig through the archives, there's kind of these online forums and archives where people talk about different ideas. You know, they're just kind of like notes, like, oh, sometimes there's a bug on this, you know, and so you read through these old notes and stuff of the game developers and other modders, and you can see that people talk about buildings that don't have a building animation. The game gets a little weird with sometimes. So we added that in, and we spent about 20 hours trying to troubleshoot the buggy oils, even though it only happens very periodically. And by adding that animation in, it went from, in our tests, it was like, instead of getting the bug 1 out of 50 times where an oil wouldn't produce, we would get the bug like 1 out of, like, we did one test where we built 900 oils with no bug. So it can still happen, but it should be like less than 1%. With the building animation made a big difference. So, and it looks cool too. But it is tricky, you know, some of these things, these games like this, like bugs, some bugs don't go away. Like there might not be a way to bring that to 0%. The same way like units get stuck in War Factory sometimes. Sometimes you can't build, you have to like undeploy your MCV and redeploy it. So yeah, it's a 20-year-old game, so we're going to be dealing with bugs. That's definitely one of the issues. Okay, so Burg gonna come right at him here with the rhinos. Luke, pillbox on the top side. Trying to grab these huts before they can get fully juiced is kind of nice. Those huts, once they get full of GIs, can definitely slow down some rhinos. Super early eagle from Luke. Luke's gonna go broke. Yeah, Luke's gonna go broke here. So Burg, oh, and Burg able to dodge that hit. These eagles slowing. Oh, and both eagles miss here. So Burg should be a bit of a window of opportunity here for Luke. Burg. Luke's got a good amount of grizzlies though. Bit of fodder involved as well. And but Luke's broke. I'm gonna push into both those huts. So just trying to find an opening here. Trying to grab what he can right now. Gonna dive on that oil. Has to be careful. Yeah, gonna switch back over to the tanks. Yeah, and Luke's in trouble. He's not gonna have much pillbox support here. Another oil out. But yeah, look at Luke's money. Dives on the oil. So now a few pillboxes. I think Burg's gonna go right at these pillboxes. Now the Eagles coming in. See if the Eagles can take out one of these rhinos. Now a defensive paradrop as well. Now some GIs coming on the bottom side, and Luke with the delayed GI rush. A delayed GI rush on the bottom side here. The GIs coming in. Those GIs are going to get a lot of damage done, but Burg is in the back of Luke's base. Clicking down Grizzlies on the right side. The GIs are so problematic on the left side, but Burg's going to... Does Burg dive on the... Luke sells the MCV, so now Burg just has to hold the position here. He clicks down that tank, and this is a really wacky base trade. Oh my God, Luke's GIs are devastating, but they're going to be moving too slow. Burg has an elite rhino in that group. He just has to click the buildings. Luke only has 2 left, and Burg takes home point number 3. Very, very close. I really like that. I really like that from Burg. The way he made some really good decisions there. Those early low tank, you know, the less tanks you have. I mean, if you look at, let's look at 30 tanks versus 50 tanks versus 3 tanks versus 5 tanks. Those early game situations, your micro is so much more critical. You know, going from 3 tanks to 4 tanks to 5 tanks is just such a huge difference. And so you really have to make really good decisions, kind of thread the needle, avoid defensive structures, dive on defensive structures. Burg made a lot of really good decisions there. Yeah, the Allied's so bad here. It's so funny. All month long, everyone's been telling me Allied OP. Now, now the pros saying Allied's so bad. I know, I can't keep up. All right. Luke, so Luke going Soviet this time. Burg going Allied. Point number 4 here. Burg fighting to stay alive. Luke fighting to close this one out. And all of us cheering for the barn burner. Can we get a point number 5? Can Captain Burg make it happen? Hey, look, I have a Tesla Trooper on my head. That's funny. All right. Here we go. Yeah, I think so. This map definitely, I think this map's pretty balanced, realistically, but some of the maps, I think more often than not, some maps become really Allied favored. And generally speaking, that's by based on how defensible the early position is. And on this map, you get very spread out. There's a lot of access points. You can attack from 1, 2, 3, 4, plus if you go down to mid, which is kind of critical. So early on, the allied player gets pretty spread out, and by doing that, they just lose the value of their pillboxes, which are so critical against a good Soviet player. Yeah, Tesla Trooper. Dude, some of the units do really funny stuff, man. Like, they have, like, these little animations. You can hardly see them. Like, so the mummies, their arms fall off, and then they pick them back up and put them back on. Pretty cool. All right, all right. Allied versus Sov here. So the question is, wow, and Burg builds an oil. Burg building down into the center. Burg bringing an aggressive Allied here. Some GIs to try to defend as well. And 2 pillboxes, and Burg is now pushing back Luke's Soviet with his Allied. I call this the Frankenstein, because the only player who really pushes rhinos around with Grizzlies is Frank. And Frank is like an unhuman level player. So we call it the Frankenstein when you see the heavy early Grizzlies countering rhinos. It shouldn't really be possible, but in this case, Burg doing a great job getting the GIs involved, getting some fodder involved, and base walking to get his pillboxes involved here. Very, very nice.
Hello,
love this from Burg right now, but Luke's not the kind of guy who's going to roll over and die here. We're going to see a battle till the end, and this first mastermind could be very, very decisive, as we've seen throughout the series. Kian in the house. The Octo Kid himself.
I'm so excited you're here. I could eat a watermelon.
So excited you're here, I could eat a watermelon. What does that mean? I don't know. How is Burg pumping this many pillboxes and not going broke? And he has eagles? What is this build from Burg? Okay, now Burg's starting to go broke. He snipes out that forward barracks. That cancels the sentry. Oh, he has another barracks. Never mind. Desolator's out now. All the Desolators are going to be problematic. Can Burg get it? Oh, and Burg finally getting overwhelmed by these rhinos, and the higher ground from Luke here pushing in, and Luke gets the mastermind. Oh, I love the aggression from Burg, but this is just such a tough position. Going toe-to-toe early on with the rhinos is so tough, and finally the rhinos are able to overwhelm, even through the pillboxes. You saw once Burg's economy started to drop off, he really got into trouble. Oh, diving on the mastermind. The mastermind pops, but at a high cost. Offensive paradrop on the backside for Burg. Burg quits out. Luke takes it